Hi students, good morning. In last class we discussed various triggers and what are various views. Okay. In this session we are going to discuss one of the important topic in database management system called nested queries. Okay. So nested queries plays a major role in DBMS because we consider two or more relations so that we retrieve data based on two or more relations so that is- if we are retrieving two or more relations so that if I want to retrieve two or more relations we have to use a queries called nested queries. Okay, so coming to this session we place a major role in nested queries. Okay, we discuss major role. Okay, right. In this already we discussed basic section of this relation. So the relation is divided into two parts, as you know that, called a schema and instance, which is nothing but schema. It specifies a name of relation, what is the name of the relation, and plus name and type of each column. So that is we are dealing with which attribute we are considering, and what are the name of particular attribute. And if you consider instance means which consists of the data which in a relation called rows and columns. Okay, we already know rows is also called as cardinality. How many rows if we in a relation means the cardinality of a relation. Already you know that fields or degree. Now we are adding a called as arity. Cardinality means rows, arity means attributes. Okay, so consider this is an example. In this example, we have three rows called three cardinalities and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows columns called arity. Okay, so all rows are distinct. You know that all rows are distinct. There is no duplication of data here. Okay, do values in a column need to be distinct? Okay, column should be distinct. Okay, so there should not be a duplication of data in columns. Okay, that is, if I consider sid in one column, if there is no need to use another column as sid. Okay, it should be strictly restricted two or more names for a particular attributes. Okay, right. Next, what do you mean by nested query? Okay, so query, already you know about nest if is nothing but simple, if is nothing but only we have one if. Nested if means we have more number of if statements. Okay, one if statement enclosed with another if statement, that is called as nested if. Similarly, nested query is nothing but one query is enclosed with another query. Okay, one query enclosed with another query. Another query is called as nested query. Okay, so nested query can be simply say that it is a query within a query. Okay, so a complete select statement embedded within another select statement. Okay, so as you know that the select command is used to retrieve particular information in a table. Okay, a retrieving of data in a table. Okay, that is a select command purpose. If you take another select command, if I have two or more select commands, so there is a two or more nested queries available. Okay, simple. So nested queries are also called as subqueries. A query within another query is called as subqueries. Okay, the result of various queries can be thought of as the result should be considered with a table or list of values. The table consists of rows and columns. If I want to retrieve a table data, table data consists of rows and columns. If I want to both retrieving of particular rows and columns, that is called as table. If I want only list of values, that is called as single column. If I want to retrieve a single value, that is one row, one column. That is a particular cell point. Okay. So if I want to retrieve all the values, that is a column. If I want to retrieve particular cell value, that is particular attribute, particular row. Okay, if I want to retrieve particular student name 101, okay, that 101 name, what is the name of particular 101 can be retrieved with a name called as name, and the name of particular student name is xyz. So that is called as cell. Okay, if I want s name all, that is called as list of values. I want to retrieve particular S name, city, that is address, and ID. I want three attributes which consist of three values. That is called as a table. that is called as a table. Multiple rows and columns, table. All list of values, columns. Particular row and particular column, that is called as cell. Okay. Next, subqueries may be placed wherever you can place a data table, list of values, or single values. So based on retrieving of these three categories, we can use subqueries. Okay, we can retrieve these three uh, various categories by means of the subqueries. So subqueries may be placed wherever you can place a table, list of values, or a single values. Okay. Next, what is the need of using subqueries? This is the important question. So where you are using the subqueries, how can you identify there is a need of a subquery? Okay, see, I want a particular salary statements which is greater than Jones. Okay, that is, who has a salary greater than Jones. So first, so the retrieving particular purpose, the nested query execution starting with inner query. First starts with the inner query. The first select statement which is followed as a inner query. Based on the execution of the first brackets, that is inner query, or right to left. Simply we can say that the execution is from right to left. That is inner query execution within the brackets. Already you know that the execution of a particular C program, that is whatever the data embedded with a brackets, that will execute it. Okay. Similarly, where there is a bracket, first bracket will be executed. After that, the result is given to the next previous bracket. Similarly, the process is going on. Okay. So inner query is nothing but whatever the data or the query or the command is placed in within the brackets, that is called as inner query. First, it executes the inner query. After completion of the inner query result, the result is moved to the outer query, that is last select command. Okay, or the previous of your inner query. Okay. So here I have to identify here there is a two statements are executed, that is, who has a salary greater than Jones. First, to identify who has a salary. Okay, that is, actually you have to identify Jones' salary first. So that is, what is Jones' salary? First, it has to execute the Jones' salary. So that first the execution of the identification of, see, who has a salary greater than Jones. So first it has to execute the Jones greater than the Jones salary. So that first we have to execute this statement in a subquery. That is, actually you have to identify what is the Jones salary first. Now, after that, it gives the result. The subquery will gives the result of which persons are taking more salary than Jones. Now, what? First you have to identify the Jones salary. It gives the Jones salary. Whatever the result is, Jones salary. Now, after getting the Jones salary, now the Jones salary will be given to outer query. Now the whatever the output of the inner query is Jones salary. This Jones salary is compared with previous employees. We have the various employees. Now, which employees have a salary greater than Jones? It checks the each and every particular tuple and checks the particular tuple and give the result of names. Okay. So first it checks the Jones salary. It gives the Jones salary. Now outer query will execute the greater than with previous statement. So already you know the relation operators called greater than, less than. Okay. Here, see, this is the subqueries execution. Now I already told that this is a complete select statement is embedded within and the select statement. Here this is the concept of this one. If I have two relations, means I am retrieving two queries. What is one is inner query of one relation, second is outer query. If I have three relations, means there is a possibility of three subqueries. I hope you understand. Four relations means four subqueries. subqueries. Okay, so these will be extension of retrieving of data from one relation to another relations. I have 5 relations, so I have to retrieve by means of the 5 relations means there will be 4 inner queries and 1 is the outer query. Okay, next. See, this is the condition. This is the syntax of subqueries. So already we say that there will be 2 select commands, or 3 relations means 3 select commands. That is select. The select list is nothing but the attributes names. Okay, from table name where the expression parameter. The expression parameter is nothing but similarly here we see this is the expression parameter. That is, I am saying that greater than. Now this it gives the result of the Jones. Now it compares the salary with the greater than of employees, which is greater than the salary of Jones. Now you use a compare operator called as greater than. So we use either expression or operator. Okay, expression is nothing but and operator. Okay, expression is like a percentage like as keyword. Okay, or anything else there. Okay, like keyword. Okay, all these comes under the either operator or the keyword, so that we can use that as a expression operator. Next, again we are retrieving from the inner list called a select list from table. Okay, I hope you understand what do you mean by subquery. A query which is enclosed with brackets. In enclosed bracket there is another query that is called as subqueries. The subqueries can be considered as 2 categories: inner subquery and outer subquery. Inner subquery statement execute first, the result is given to the outer query. Okay, see here the subquery inner query executes once before the main query. The result of the subquery is used by the main query. Already we discussed. Next, using a subquery. See, already I told that this is the statement, but now I want the completely change. The inner query determines salary of employee. I want not Jones. 7566 employee salary. Okay. Now it takes the particular statement, gives the 7566 salary. Now it compares the 7566 salary with employee names, which is greater than 7566. So automatically these 3 are the names which is taken from. See here we see this is a single statement. Okay, this is the single relation. Here we see this is the from EMP, this is from EMP. Now why I am using a single relation? Already I said that if I want to retrieve 2 relations, there is a subquery. If I want to retrieve a relation, simple. If I want to retrieve a relation, so simple గా మీకు ఇంకా తెలుగులో చెప్పాలి అంటే చూడండి, ఒక రిలేషన్ ఉంది. ఆ రిలేషన్ లో ఒక డేటాని మళ్ళీ అదే రిలేషన్ లో డేటాతో కంపేర్ చేస్తాం. శాలరీని శాలరీతో కంపేర్ చేస్తాం. నేమ్ని నేమ్తోనే కంపేర్ చేస్తాం. ఇప్పుడు అంటే ఒక రిలేషన్లో ఒక ఎట్రిబ్యూట్ని మళ్ళీ అదే ఎట్రిబ్యూట్తో కంపేర్ చేస్తాం. సో ఒక ఎట్రిబ్యూట్ని కంపేర్ చేయడానికి ఒక క్వెరీ, మళ్ళీ అదే ఎట్రిబ్యూట్ని మళ్ళీ ఎట్రిబ్యూట్తో కంపేర్ చేయడానికి ఏం చేయాలి? పాసిబిలిటీ లేదు కదా. సో అందుకని ఏం చేస్తాము అంటే సబ్ క్వెరీస్ కూడా యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ఇప్పుడు నాకు 2 రిలేషన్స్ ఉన్నాయనుకోండి, ఫస్ట్ ఏం చేసింది, ఒక రిలేషన్లో డేటా ఇచ్చింది, ఆ డేటా తీసుకుంటుంది, తీసుకున్న తర్వాత ఇంకొక రిలేషన్లో కంపేర్ చేసింది. సో ప్రాబ్లమ్ క్లియర్. బట్ ఈ స్టేట్మెంట్ వచ్చి నేను ఎందుకు యూజ్ చేస్తానంటే మీకు ఇంకొక ఇంపార్టెంట్ పాయింట్ అని చెప్పడానికి మనం ఈ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ తీసుకుంటాం. అంటే ఒక రిలేషన్లో ఒక అట్రిబ్యూట్ డేటా తీసుకుంటా ఒక అవుట్పుట్ వచ్చింది, మళ్ళీ ఇంకొక అదే రిలేషన్లో అదే అట్రిబ్యూట్ కంపేర్ చేయాలి కదా. అప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాం? కాబట్టి ఒకటేమో ఇన్నర్ క్వెరీలో పెట్టుకుంటాం, ఇన్నర్ క్వెరీ రిజల్ట్ ఇచ్చింది, మళ్ళీ ఈ రిజల్ట్ ని మళ్ళీ అదే క్వెరీతో కంపేర్ చేస్తాం. అంటే ఏంటి చూద్దాం. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, మనకేం కావాలంటే శాలరీ కావాలి. ఎక్కడి నుంచి? ఎంప్లాయీ టేబుల్ నుంచి. అంటే నాకు ఇప్పుడు ఎంప్లాయీ టేబుల్ ఉంది, మరి ఇక్కడ కూడా ఏం కావాలి నాకు? ఎంప్లాయీ టేబుల్. అంటే ఏంటి, నా దగ్గర ఒక రిలేషన్ మాత్రమే ఉంది. ఇప్పుడు అర్థమేంటది. అదే ఇక్కడ నాకు ఎంప్లాయీ, ఇక్కడ ఇంకొక టేబుల్ ఉంటే 2 more రిలేషన్స్, 2 or more రిలేషన్స్. బట్ నాకు ఇక్కడ ఏముంది? ఒకే అట్రిబ్యూట్, ఒకే రిలేషన్ ఉంది. నాకు ఇప్పుడు ఏం కావాలి? సెలెక్ట్ శాలరీ కావాలి. ఇప్పుడు నాకేమొచ్చింది? శాలరీ చెక్ చేస్తాం. ఇప్పుడు నాకేం కావాలి? మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ శాలరీతో మళ్ళీ ఇది కంపేర్ చేయాలి. ఆల్రెడీ ఇక్కడ శాలరీ కంపేర్ చేస్తుంది, మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడికి వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఏం చేయాలి, శాలరీతో కంపేర్ చేయాలి. అంటే ఒక రిలేషన్లో ఒక అట్రిబ్యూట్ని మళ్ళీ అదే అట్రిబ్యూట్తో కంపేర్ చేయాలి. అప్పుడు మాత్రం మనం ఏం యూస్ చేస్తాము అంటే ఖచ్చితంగా యూస్ చేసే పర్టికులర్ కమాండ్ ఏంటి అంటే ఆ క్వరీస్ ఏంటంటే నెస్టెడ్ క్వెరీస్. ఐ హోప్ యు అండర్స్టాండ్, రైట్? So that here we use particular statement, so it gives the result of the employee number 7566 salary. This is the condition, it gives the salary of 7566. Now it compares again the salary whatever it is retrieving, now again comparing the salary with greater than particular salary. ఒక శాలరీ అవుట్పుట్ ని అదే తీసుకొని మళ్ళీ అదే దాంతో ఏం చేస్తుంది, మళ్ళీ కంపేర్ చేసుకుంటూ వస్తుంది. కాబట్టి హియర్ వి యూస్ ఏ సింగిల్ నెస్టెడ్ క్వెరీస్. ఓకే, రైట్. సో ఇట్ గివ్స్ ద రిజల్ట్ ఆఫ్, నౌ ఇక్కడ మనకి శాలరీ అవుట్పుట్ వచ్చింది, బట్ ఇక్కడ కంపేర్ చేస్తుంది ఏంటో, శాలరీతో. ఇస్తుంది రిజల్ట్ ఏంటి, నేమ్. కంపారిజన్ ఏమో శాలరీతో చేస్తుంది, రిజల్ట్ ఏమో ఈ నేమ్తో ఇస్తుంది. ఓకే, రైట్. Next, guidelines for using subqueries. How you can use the subqueries. Okay, so already you know that it should be enclosed subqueries in parentheses. Next, place subqueries on the right side of the comparison operator. Right, see here, subqueries eక్కడ start చేసాం, comparison. Already this is a comparison operator, greater than, less than, anything else, it is in a comparison operator. Once the comparison operator occurs, automatically the next is started with a enclosing of your second queries or the inner queries or select statement. Okay, next, do not add an order by clause to a subquery. Right, this is an important, now it will discuss later. So we should not use any order by clause in subqueries. Okay, when we use the order by, automatically it gives the result of order, so that there is no comparison has to be done by one relation to another relation. Okay, next, use single row operators with single row subqueries, use multiple operators with multiple row subqueries. These two will be next step we will discuss. That is, if you want retrieving one single row query means you have to use a single row operator. Okay, the single row operators already we discussed now. We will discuss now, right? This is the single query operators. So this is single row. What do you mean by single row? Multiple row, multiple column, right? If I want to retrieve only one row from inner select statement, if I am retrieving only one row, that is a particular row name or particular row type or particular row value, then I will use single row subquery. Now I am retrieving two or more rows, then I am using multiple row subquery. So it returns more than one row from the inner subqueries. Now I am retrieving particular row of particular person. Okay, so that I will use single subquery. If I am retrieving two or more rows, so that I am using multiple row subquery. Now if I am using multiple column subquery, this is a multiple column subquery, this is a one column, this is a two column. Now it returns more than one column from inner select statement. So if you are retrieving more columns means you have to use multiple column subquery. If you want retrieving two or more means you have to use multiple row subquery. If you want to retrieve only one particular row means you have to using single row subquery. Okay, I hope you understand, right? This is the operators. While you are using the single row means it return only one row, that is equals to greater than comparison operators. So comparison operators are used when there is a need of single row queries. If there is a multiple query means automatically we use AND operators, Boolean operators. Okay, all comes like operators. So all will comes under multiple queries. Okay, right, this is a single row subqueries, right? Next, display the employees whose job title is same as that of employee 736. Now here retrieving job, this is the job, and the job is giving to this one. Job is, now this is a retrieving job, we get a job value. Now again here we are comparing with job, so that there is a need of subqueries. So this is a nested query. Okay, right. Now here, now the task here is select job from employee where employee number is 7369. It gives the job data. Now it compares with this job operator, whatever the data that is given by 736 job is given to here. Now it compares the job with all the jobs and gives the e-name and job. Okay, now the 7369 result is clerk, single. Okay, this is a single operator. Now you are comparing with clerk. This result gives the one row called clerk. Now the clerk has 4 values, and the 4 values will be given here. Outer query is a 4 value, but the result of here it is giving a one row. One row is nothing but clerk. Okay, I hope you understand. It giving one value that is called as clerk, and it taken the clerk and comparing clerk with all the ename values, and it gives the ename and job. If it is saying ename means it gives only ename. It gives a ename job means this is a multiple subqueries. Okay, this is a multiple sub. Simply here also assignment operator here is this is a here single is equals to here is also is equals to. Okay, next. Now executing single row subqueries. This is a single row subqueries. Okay, this is a single row. Already we complete. Now if this is a single row, now here we have 3 values, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is a 3 value. I hope you understand. This is a one query, and the result gives the salary, and it is checks with this one, and again it compares with this one. So this is the example on the slide displays employee whose job title is the same as that of employee 7369, and whose salary is greater than that of employee 786. Now we have to check the what is the last data in a particular question. So this is a question that is it has to displace employee whose job title is same as that of employee 7369 and whose salary is greater than that of employee 7876. So this is the query. In that query, last keyword is 786. Now whatever the last value that is given in a query has to place in inner query, starting inner query. So I have to compare the salary which is greater than employee 786. So that I use this key, this statement. It gives the 7876 result 1100. That is the salary of 7876 is 1100. It gives the 110, and here you are using an operator called as AND because he's giving the intersection called AND. What is he giving? Which is the salary greater than 7369. Now I have to take the job title is the same as that of employee 7369. Now I am taking the second, that is select the job from employee 7369. Now the result of this is giving 1100. The result of this is giving clerk. Okay, now I have to take 1100 clerk name and job. 1100 name and 1100 job. That is, I am giving name, job. If I give the salary means the result will be given Miller, clerk and 1100. But I am asking here only name and job, so that it gives the job as clerk and name is what is this particular, these two statement is true, which is the statement is true by 1100 clerk is a Miller. Okay, I hope you understand the concept. Okay, next. Using group by functions. So already we said that group by functions. So already you know the group by functions are aggregator functions. Okay, so that is display the employee name, job title and salary of employees whose salary is equal to minimum salary. Now I am comparing last keyword as minimum salary, so that is placing in a where we are placing means inner query. Okay, that select min salary from employee. Now the minimum salary is 800. It gives with comparison operators of I want name, job, salary. So this is the result. Next, having already we discussed the Oracle server. Already we say that if you use the why we are not use order values. Okay, see the Oracle server executes subqueries first. So already it uses subqueries. So the statements have minimum salary greater than that of the department 20. So we use this syntax. Now here I am saying the outer query group by, because all the departments, now I want all the departments of the minimum salary. So department number and minimum salary from the group by and having. Okay, I want department numbers and minimum salary of all the department numbers, and you have to group the department numbers which is having minimum salary. So is this query will be executed means it will not execute. Already I say that the group by operator will not be executed. Okay, here. Okay, here. So group by statements will not execute. Okay, no rows means selected, because why it gives the no rows selected means, see why it is not means, in the SQL statement the subquery contains a group by clause, that is in department number, which implies that the subquery will return multiple rows. I hope you understand. Group by, whenever you are saying the group by means, it results the two or more rows. Previously, until now, we discussing only with one row. It results the single row queries. Now, if you are saying group by means, it has to compare with two or more rows, so that it should not be operated with a single query operators. Okay, will one of for each group it finds. In this case, the result of the subquery will be 800, 1300, 950. That is the minimum of particular department numbers. The autoquery takes the result of the subquery called 800, 950, 1300 and uses these results in its where class. The where class contains an equal operator. Already we say that single query consists of a is equal to operator, comparison operator. A single row comparison operator expecting only one value. The is equal to operator cannot accept more than one value from the subquery and hence generates the error. See, now the result of when you are saying group by means, we are getting three values, 1, 800, 950, 1300. Three department numbers, minimum values. But you are using equal operator means it has to taking only one value. So that it comparing one value with three or more values, it is not affected. So it just gives say no rows. No rows selected. It is executed, but it gives the no rows. So that a common problem with subqueries is no rows being written by the inner query. And how it is executed means, in the SQL statement, the subquery contains a where ename equal to Smith class. Presumably, the intention is to find an employee whose name is Smith. The statement seems to be correct, but selects no rows when executed. Till now we discussed. The problem is that Smith is misspelled. There is no employee named Smith. So the subquery returns no rows. The autoquery takes the result of the subquery null and use these results in its where class. The autoquery finds no employee with a job title equal to null and so returns the value. If I am saying that Smith it is a particular value called Smith, here is a, see, there is no here, there is no particular what we call group by function, but here also if you are giving this means the statement will be executed but no row selected means there is no particular Smith data SMITH, there is no SMYTHE. So whenever this is the result is giving, this result is comparing with this one, but there is no particular data, even the execution is correct but there is no particular data means no rows is selected. Okay, next, this is the multiple subqueries here if you use in any all, either in equals to any member in the list, any means compare value to each value written by the subquery, value with value. Okay, compare value to each value written by the subquery. So any and all is comparing all group of values with group of values. In means every comparing with every each and every any member in the list. Okay, now see this is the particular statement. Now I am giving the select cell from employee with job equal to clerk. Now I want to give the clerk salary, so that automatically there will be a two or more cases. 1, 2, 3, 4. Salary of clerk. One is 950, one is 800, one is 1100, one is 1300. So it gives four rows. Previously it is giving only single row. Now we are giving four rows. Among the four rows, now we are comparing with any keyword. Now you are taking these four keywords and using less than any. So this less than is a comparison operator. Any is a taking the retrieving of multiple operators. Okay, select employee number, employee name, job from employee with salary less than any. Once we are using salary less than any means this is the four statements which is less than the values. The less than values are, now we are taking these names, numbers, jobs. That is the salesman. Clerk salary is giving. Now clerk salary is comparing with previous whatever the particular what we call jobs, comparing clerk salary with previous another jobs called salesman. So here we use a keyword called this one. This is called any. Okay, this is called any. Okay, this is any means less than maximum. Any means more than the minimum. Any means less than, any means less than the maximum. Greater than any means more than the minimum. Here less than any means less than the maximum. Here is the less than of the maximum. So but the salesman is less than the salary of clerk. This is the result. Okay, is equal to any is equal to it. Now if any multiple rows we have to retrieve means we have to use the single row values with multiple row keywords. Okay, next similarly this is also, now we are using the group by function. Here is a group by function called aggregate functions group by values. It gives the result. Now it is comparing with 3 or more values and gives the uh, president salary, manager job, analyst job, and analyst job. Okay, which is the job of, I want the job of each employee name, employee number, and job. Okay, so already this is not operator. The not operator can be used in any and all operators. Okay, I hope you understand the concept. Okay, this is the end of your what we call single queries and multiple queries. Now next class we will discuss what is correlated nested queries. Till now we discussed nested queries. In next class we will discuss what do you mean by correlated nested queries and how you retrieve the multiple columns. Okay, thank you so much, and from next class we will complete the third unit, and if there is any one or two classes remind me, we will discuss with the revision. Okay, thank you.